Hey guys, Mr. Bowman here. Today's learning objective is in white and we are learning to identify the formula of a given log graph. We're going to get straight into it. We're going to start by writing out the formula that we're wanting to use. Log with the base of a, x plus b, and then x plus c. Just want to start. So that b relates to how much it's been moved left or right. That c moves up or down, and then that a, unfortunately, we need to solve that algebraically, but we should be able to figure out the rest of it and use our 0.43 to figure that out. So first step, let's find the asymptote. So a lot of us are going to want to say that there's an asymptote along there, but there's not, and because we can see that's still increasing at a pretty steady rate the whole time. The asymptote for log graph is down the other direction. We can see that is approaching 0 but never passes 0. So that is more of a asymptote than the one at the top. So what that means is our graph has been moved. So our asymptote is normally at 0, 0, and that's been moved across by 1 unit, and it's been moved to positive 1, which means that b value is going to be negative 1. And just going to change pen color. The next step that we're wanting to do, we're now going to increase our asymptote by 1. So we're going to draw another line, and that's going to help us identify the reference point. And our reference point should normally be down here at 1, 0. And what that tells us, it's been moved up 2. And that means c is going to be equal to positive 2. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're using the asymptote, and then we're moving the asymptote along 1 to identify our reference point to figure out the height, how much it's been moved up or down. So let's get that into our formula. Let's figure that out. So y is equal to log a x plus b, and then plus c at the end. And we know that b is going to be negative 1. And c is going to be positive 2, so let's put those in. Log a is equal to x minus 1, and then c becomes plus 2. We now want to use those coordinates that we know. So we've been given 0.43, but I just want to remind us, sometimes we need to observe that point and figure out what that point is. And at that point, x is 4 and y is 3, and we're going to substitute both of those values into our equation. Okay, so let's put that in. Sorry, a bit of a glitch with the pen there. So 3 is going to be equal to log a, and then in brackets 4 minus 1 plus 2. We're then going to solve that. So that plus 2 is going to become a minus 2. So 1 is going to be equal to log a, and then in brackets we have 3. From here, there's a bit of algebra that we need to know. We're in log form, and we learned this before. We need to switch to standard form to be able to solve that. So that base there, that's the base of our power. That 1, that is going to be the power itself. And that 3, that is going to be the answer. So if you need help refreshing how to convert the log to standard form, you do need to look that up because that is important. And we can then say that a is equal to 3. As a result, therefore, our equation log is equal, so y is equal to log with the base of 3, x minus 1 plus 2. And that would be the equation of that log graph. Hopefully you found this video useful. Before we finish up, just going to change pen colors, and we're just going to recap how to solve this bit of algebra, or how to convert that from log form to standard form. So currently we're in log form, and just want to remind us that the answer, we're going to call that a is equal to log x. Oh, actually, sorry, I've got that the wrong way around. So the power is equal to log of x, and the answer is there. And that gets changed from, so the base, that becomes the base letter, the p, that becomes the power, and the thing in the bracket, that becomes the answer. So hopefully you found that video. That may be useful, or something else useful for solving these equations that you need in your notes. Right, let's finish up our notes for today and let's get into some questions which we're going to be looking at tomorrow. All right, see you guys.